What's going on? Welcome back to another normal baseball will be series. Today we got the Pittsburgh Pirates. Let's get into it. Welcome back to another will be for the 2022 regular season. Today we got the Pittsburgh Pirates, a team who did not do well last season. They were one of the worst teams in baseball with the record of 61 and 101. They hit that 100 loss mark. Yeah.
Congratulations. Round of applause.
Congrats. Baseball. Yeah, so another kind of boring team this year. They did make some additions. Some people did leave, so they are a different kind of looking team, and there's a couple questions with Brian Reynolds. So let's just get into it. I'm going to, like before, I'm going to give you the additions to this team. So most of these are one-year deals. We got Yoshi Sasugo, Jose Quintana, Roberto Perez, Daniel Vogelbach, Heath Hembree, and then Zach Thompson, who they got in a trade with the Marlins. We'll get into that later. Yoshi Sasugo, he was on the team last year. They claimed him off like waivers or something from the Rays. He did pretty well there. Quintana is kind of weird, not gonna lie, but that is what it is. And yeah, Roberto Perez, obviously he was with the Guardians, or the formerly Indians, for a while, and now he's with the Pirates. Vogelbach was on the Brewers, now he's with the Pirates. So yeah,
a real Brewer.
He is a real Brewer. When I think of Brewers, I think of Daniel Vogelbach.
Yeah.
I think of him and Eric Thames.
Yeah, without a doubt.
But yeah, I mean, what do we think? I think this team is going to be decently fun to watch, but I don't think they're going to win a lot.
Oh yeah, I definitely think they're going to be fun to watch. I mean, they have guys like Brian Hayes, O'Neal Cruz, Brian Reynolds, of course, will be an all-star, hopefully. And Roberto Perez, I did watch a few of his interviews from spring training and camp and everything.
Yes.
And I think he's turned into one of my favorite catchers in baseball. Just an energy, like, I'm here to play baseball because I love baseball. He loves the Pirates organization, and it's just nice to see, you know. So just a bunch of fun guys. Obviously, they did lose Jacob Stallings. That's why they did bring in Roberto Perez, turning him to the Marlins. That is. Brian Reynolds, like you mentioned, has been thrown into trade rumors a lot, and he's declined many extensions. So it's going to be an interesting year for Pittsburgh fans.
Yeah, and speaking of Brian Reynolds, I mean, do you think by the end of this year they are going to trade him?
I think, does he have one more year after this year, or is this his last year on contract?
I believe this is his last year.
Yeah, I think it is as well. I'm going to go with they don't trade him.
Really? Why do you think that? No, he's free agent 2026, so he still has a while.
Oh, plenty of time then. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. So they definitely don't trade him. I think that this is going to be the start of the prove it era for the Pirates to keep Brian Reynolds and to try to bring in other guys who can not win at all. I mean, that's not easy to do in Pittsburgh, which is a smaller baseball market, but at least make a competent team. They're building it right now with Brian Hayes, Brian Reynolds, O'Neal Cruz, who, I mean, honestly could win Rookie of the Year this year. So they really need to start showing these guys, like, hey, Pittsburgh is the place to play baseball. Like, there's no reason for you to leave. And I think that starts now. Of course, they're going to lose a bunch of games, but, you know, they need to make the right trades. They need to develop their prospects. I just think that they're going to keep him as long as they can. Unless, you know, a top 10 prospect becomes available, then Brian Reynolds might be out the door.
No, I agree. I think considering the guy was an all-star last year, he had a 6 WAR. I mean, he batted .300. he got hits, RBIs. I mean, he was just everything for them. He was like the bright spot of their team, him and Adam Frazier. And Adam Frazier's not there anymore, so I can't see them getting rid of him. Obviously, like you said, they have a lot of young talent. Brian Hayes, O'Neal Cruz, who should be coming up this year at some point. I don't see them trading him. I don't see what the appeal would be, considering now knowing that they have him till 2026. You know?
Yeah, I mean, the only reason why you would trade him is, one, you're going to get a top 10 prospect who you think will pan out. I mean, if any of the top 15, 20 guys become available, I mean, I don't see why the Pirates don't jump on it. Or two, their organization is going under and they just need to move people. So, two very interesting situations, but I doubt that he gets moved.
Yeah, no, me too. I don't see it. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, Brian Reynolds feels like a guy who's been in the league for so long. I'm shocked that he's still under this contract.
Well, he's only played 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah.
3 years in
2 or 3
in the majors. So they have him for a while. Might as well keep him, just in case. And then obviously, not only did they make additions this year with Sasugo, Zach Thompson with the trade, they also got rid of some people. Chase DeYoung refused to be DFA'd, went to the minors, so they released him. Same with Wilmer Defoe. They released Phillip Evans. Colin Moran became a free agent. Steven Brault became a free agent. Chad Kuhl became a free agent. And then, of course, the Jacob Stalling trade, which we saw coming. What do you think about that? I mean, Jacob Stallings was a huge part of their team last year.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that this was his first full year in the majors last year, if I'm correct on that. So, as an older catcher, by the way, I think 33 years old or 32 years old, he played out of his mind. He won a Gold Glove. Marlins, I mean, the boys down south, you always got to ride with them, so good trade on their part. The prospects that the Pirates got back, we'll have to find out at a later date, sort of deal.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Stallings' stuff up, but my internet's not working. But whatever. But yeah, like you said, get up and running. They got Zach Thompson back, who's a nice starter from the Marlins. We'll see how he does with them. He did good on the Marlins last year. It was his rookie year. 3.24 ERA. Obviously, his win-loss record didn't really equate, but who cares about win-loss record for pitchers? That's why we don't talk about it. But 3.24 ERA, 75 innings pitched, 66 strikeouts, and 14 games started. He did some relief appearances, 1.2 WHIP. I mean, he had a good season, and he goes into that rotation, which their rotation is Quintana, Brubaker, then Zach Thompson, Bryce Wilson, and Mitch Keller. So not a terrible rotation. I mean, there's probably worse in baseball.
It definitely could be worse.
They're all kind of bottom starters, but they're all in the same rotation. So I feel like Mitch Keller's been there for like 12 years. But I know he hasn't.
Feels like it.
He's not that old.
Yeah.
He's 3 years.
One of the big things is Brian Reynolds, like we mentioned, I think now 3 times already, with all the trade rumors. If he does get moved, right? Obviously, it'll be a deadline thing, and I can only think of like 3 teams that would be able to match or get close to what the Pirates are looking for.
I could think of 29 teams that could trade for him.
That's fair. I still think after the whole Adam Frazier moving Adam Frazier and stuff, I think the Pirates realized, we don't really want to go back into the slums of nothingness. So I feel like their price tag on Brian Reynolds, who is better than Adam Frazier, is going to be a lot higher.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be a lot higher. I just don't think there's 3 seems like a little too little for. I think there's a lot more than 3 teams that could use him. And if they do decide to move him, that like you said, they're gonna need a big return because especially if he has another All-Star year.
Yeah. Do you think he would get Do you think the Pirates would get more or less than what the Athletics got for Matt Olson?
Probably less. I mean, Brian Reynolds is not a Matt Olson. I can tell you that. Both
Yeah.
teams aren't great. I think if it's going to be anything, it's going to be around the same. It's not going to be more.
Fair enough.
But
I would also say the same, but I could see it being more just to pry him away from the Pirates, along with all of his years of control. I think that would be the reason why it would be sent over.
Yeah, and I mean, they lost Adam Frazier last year. They didn't get too much in that trade, but their farm system is good, and they have a lot of young players.
Yeah, they can develop talent.
It's more about developing, and like you said in that trade, if they are able to get a couple decently touted prospects, that would be really big in a trade for Adam Frazier, and I feel like that might be worth it with what they have coming up.
Yeah. I mean, I think that this is one of their bigger seasons where they really have to make a decision on, do they keep Brian Reynolds and really try to win and show him like, hey, we're going to try for you, or do you trade him and hit that big red reset button and really just commit to developing talent and like not really caring about your major league roster?
There is no reset button. This is reset.
No, I know.
This is nothing. They haven't gone anywhere. There's no reset at this point. It's just figuring it out. And will they be able to figure it out? That I have no idea.
Good question. It's the $1 million question.
They're really just banking on young talent, and over like a lot of time. Another guy like Cole Tucker, who is young, and has the ability. We've seen it even in spring training.
Full hair, beautiful hair flow.
One of the best hair in the major leagues, dare I say?
That is a bold take.
I mean,
I
don't think it's
Brett Gardner.
I don't think it's that Brett Gardner. Oh god, I don't think it's that bold. But yeah, I mean, their lineup projected. I'll read this out really quick. Fangraphs projected lineup. You got Brian Hayes at third, Yoshi Susugo at first, Brian Reynolds at center, Daniel Vogelback at DH, Anthony Alford at right field, Ben Gamel at left, Roberto Perez catching, Cole Tucker at second, and then Kevin Newman at shortstop. I think they're missing O'Neal Cruz in this lineup because I do think O'Neal Cruz is going to be there by.
I have O'Neal Cruz playing short and Kevin Newman over at second.
So where do you have Cole Tucker? Do you just not have Cole Tucker on the team?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's interesting.
I did not think that he was ready to come up this year. I didn't know that his projection was this year.
He's not. Who, Cole Tucker?
Yeah.
He's been up.
Oh, has he? Then my bad.
Yeah, no, he's been up for like 3 years now.
Oh, that is wow. I'm an idiot then. My fault.
Played 159 games in 2019, 116 in 2020. Or rather, sorry, 56, and he's been like up and down. You know? But
okay, that's on me. That's on me. My bad.
I mean, he's still 22. And then O'Neal Cruz, I mean, another shortstop. So I wouldn't mind seeing him in the lineup. That do you think O'Neal Cruz will play like over or under 60 games? I think this is pretty easy for me.
I would say over. I feel like he'll be up before the first month is over.
Yeah, I think I was going to say over too. This question originally was going to be, do you think he'll be the opening day shortstop? Because I would like to say yes, but even with all the service time manipulation and stuff, they changed it. So I kind of want to say yes. I kind of would say yes to that.
I would love to say yes, but something tells me that they're not going to have him start opening day.
Really?
I don't know. Like, I just have like that gut feeling. I would love for O'Neal Cruz to be the starting shortstop on opening day.
I mean, I don't believe that it will happen, but I'd like it to.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if it did happen.
Agreed.
But yeah, and then you got a lot of young talent. You got, of course, looking into the future past this year, because this year, guaranteed 5th place, right?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, the Reds are pretty bad too, but at least they have like Luis Castillo and Tyler Mahle, who they apparently aren't trading. they have Joey Votto and Jonathan India. So at least they have a couple big names. I know I get it.
Win you games.
Yeah, I get it that Brian Hayes and Brian Hayes is in this lineup, but he can't. He's not winning you like 50 games, you know.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I mean the
over under is 64.5 in that division. I think this is one of the easiest over unders.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, you want to say it? Ready? We can count it down.
3, 2, 1, under.
Under.
It's
that's cool.
Very easy.
Yeah, without
I think
a
it's
doubt.
pretty straightforward.
I mean, but I think that they float at 60, like right around there, just because the bottom half of the AL Central the NL Central are just so bad that like
they had 61 last year. If they had 61 last year, they're gonna have more than 61 this year. But it's a little tough. It's a little tough because now seeing that they had 61 last year I know they had like 2 hot streaks like in the beginning of the season, but this lineup is probably better than last year. So I'm confident with my pick. They'll have the same, like around the same.
Yeah. Still gonna slam the under.
Like I said, it's we've said this before. It's tough with these kind of teams to talk about this for that because like it's more about the future than about the present with these types of teams. I mean,
oh, go ahead.
Nope.
Well, I mean, we have noticed in the past the Pirates do have a tendency to have these very, very good players, and before they decide to blossom into the superstars or great players that they are, they trade them off. And I think that this lineup with Brian Hayes, Brian Reynolds, O'Neal Cruz, Roberto Perez even, just because I'm a fan of him now, I think it's going to be another one of those situations where somebody gets moved eventually, not this year, maybe next year, maybe the year after that.
Mm-hmm.
And when they get moved, they'll blossom, really.
Yeah.
Because although the Pirates can develop major league talent, they cannot continue to grow them once they hit the show.
Right. I mean, the last big kind of name guy they had was McCutchen. He won an MVP with them. And then he kind of never hit that caliber again, dare I say. But, yeah.
He's always been solid. How's that?
Well,
I mean,
that was his prime. His prime years were in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, well, you can even go further back than that. Garrett Cole, Jameson Tyone, Chris Archer,
Tyler Glasnow,
yeah,
Shane Baz, all guys that they got rid of and have blossomed into stars, which could also be blamed on their coaching.
And their front office.
But I mean, the coaching is what affects the play.
Yeah.
I think it's very fair to blame it on the coaching.
Yeah, there needs to be a lot of movement in that organization and not on the players' side. Definitely, their front office guys and their coaching guys need to get it together.
They need changes. No, I don't think there's getting it together. I think they need changes. I think they need to get rid of some people because this is an organization that's obviously not in it to win it right now. Bob Nutting, their owner, is not in the market to win right now.
Of course not. He's in the market to profit.
Yeah, he's owns them as a business, not a sports team. He could care less if they win. And right now they're developing a farm system because you want to know why? They've had one of the top picks in the last several years of the draft because they are not good.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only reason that people are saying it's kind of looking maybe promising in a little bit because they've had top picks and these prospects are finally coming up. So
I hope that they figure out something and are able to develop into a good team.
I mean, I hope so too. Make it a little more interesting. Even if they're not, we know they're not going to be like one of those big teams. But if they could at least put up a fight against some of the other teams, that would be cool.
Yeah, because I mean, right now, any National League team or the American League Central sees on their schedule, hey, we're going to Pittsburgh. Everyone just kind of kicks their feet up on the plane and is like, all right, let's go bully these guys for 3 games, 4 games, and then let's get back into season mode.
Right. Yeah. Um, and then speaking of their young guys, I wanted to talk about Brian Hayes a little more. Obviously, he missed a decent amount last year because of injury. But do you think he'll play most of the season this year? I think he will. I think
I
he'll
think
avoid the
so.
injury. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I mean, the
Yeah,
guy's
definitely looking
25
forward.
already.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that he avoids the injury. I'm looking forward to watching
Played
him play. And especially at third base, I mean, the guy is so agile and so young still in this game that he will become a human highlight reel if the opportunity is there. I mean,
I mean,
he's got to be one of the most exciting
yeah,
corner infielders.
he's got one of the he's got a 772 career OPS in 120 games career. Um, he has the we know he has the ability,
Yeah,
and he not only offensively but defensively. I mean, he's got a 2.3 career defensive WAR, which D-WAR is not the easiest thing to rack up. Believe it or not, it's really hard
not
to have
one
a
bit.
positive D-WAR, and he's doing it pretty well. His D-WAR
At a
was
young
higher than his
age.
offensive WAR this year, which says a lot. Last year, rather.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And then Brian Hayes, if he does stay healthy, over or under 35 doubles. He had 20 doubles in 96 games last year. Just for
Over.
reference,
Over.
I think over too, because if he can stay healthy, he's gonna ball out. There's
Oh yeah,
there it's 100%. He's gonna ball out if he stays healthy.
without a doubt.
And yeah, I mean, not much else to talk about with the Pirates because they are the Pirates.
Yeah,
Um, hopefully
that
we
should
get.
wrap it up.
Hopefully, as long we know that they're not going to be great this year, but as long as we get some entertaining baseball from them, that would be cool. Um, just some excitement. We saw it a little bit last year. They, like I said, they had some hot stretches that were fun to watch. Um, and yeah, I mean that's really it for the Pirates. Uh, if you're a Pirates fan and we missed something or did something wrong, don't get mad at us. You know your team better than we do, because we are not diehard Pirates fans. So there's always that. And if we did say something wrong and you want to tell us, go ahead, leave a comment, whatever you want to do. And yeah, one last thing: who do you think their team MVP is going to be this year?
I'm gonna go with Brian Reynolds. I mean, the guy was a superstar last year.
All right, I'm going with Brian Hayes just because he's the young, exciting guy, and I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, well, that should be it for the Pirates. Will be for 2022. Um, that should do it. Next up, we got the Nationals tomorrow. So yeah, if you liked it, make sure to leave a comment, share it. If the Pirates aren't your favorite team, just know we're gonna get to your favorite team at some point. So keep your eye out for that. And yeah, that should do it. We'll see you next time. Peace.